Hey guys, it's Trish from. Let me start over again. Hey guys, it's Trish from Trish's Card Club, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Happy Monday night, everybody. Whew, I was all tongue-tied to get that out because I'm excited that it's Monday night. It's Monday Night Football. We had a good weekend of football, and we're gonna have a good week. And so, who is already here? My gosh, you girls are quick. Charlene and Mary Finn, thank you very much for joining. I'm always grateful. I'm going to talk about Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate at the end of our presentation, because for people that come on that might watch the replay or are not able to come to Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate, they might not want to hear all the details. So but I will talk about it at the end. Hey, Shannon, good to see you. I will talk about it at the end. So I'll do my official data points. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page called Trish's Card Club. You can shop with me online 24/7 at trishan.stampinup.net. So those are all the important details. The one thing I always would like to kind of throw out there is, it's my goal to get to 1,000 followers, because it will really help me do some minimal editing that I need to do on my YouTube channel before I upload my video to Facebook. And I think I'm at about 680 something. So that's really exciting. I think I started the year with like around 300. So I was hoping to get it in 25, but I'm really determined to get it in 26. I'll give myself a little bit more time and a lot more grace. So if you know anybody that is into crafting of any kind, and they just have to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. They don't even have to watch me, but I wish they would. So, all right, a bunch more people joined. Hey, Judy and Peg Neal and Miss Tina. I think that's my Tina friend from Bible study in church. Cool, Tina. And Teresa and Marcia from Wisconsin. Thank you, Marcia. Oh, I got to get your, darn it. I got some beautiful Christmas cards this week. I will probably save them and show them next week, because they're not in my room. They're out with my other Christmas cards, but I did get some beautiful Christmas cards. So tonight we're going to, that's Tina. Hey, Tina. Tonight we're going to do a bag. We're going to make a bag with designer series paper. Now, this is nothing I invented. This is completely cased from several demonstrators. It's a technique that has been around as long as we've had designer series paper. But what I love about it is you can maybe get a little bit less expensive gift. Or let's just say hypothetically you're going to give lottery tickets, but you want to give a really nice presentation when you have a lottery ticket. So this is a super easy way to do it. The other thing is, I'm going to make a Christmas bag, but you can make this out of any designer series paper and do it for any holiday. So a wedding gift, a birthday gift, a bridal shower gift, just all is driven by the type of designer series paper you use. So this is the one I'm using. I think this might be retired. I don't remember, you guys. I don't even know the name of it. I literally grabbed, well, I say that now. I don't even know. I didn't check the measurements. Hold on a second, people. Where is my ruler? I didn't even check to make sure that was a 6x6 piece of paper. That wasn't very smart of me. There's my ruler. Because the first one I'm doing is a 6x6. And I just realized I never even measured it. Let's see. 6x6. Okay, we are safe. This particular design bag is going to be from Karen Titus. Karen is a demonstrator that's up in one of my upline levels, and she is just a really talented, has a really great teaching technique. And so I mostly followed her instructions on this. And then I'm going to do two tonight, a real quick one. And then I'm doing a second one because I just want to show you how you can alter the thing. So if you are looking for measurements, go to KarenTitus.com. She has a blog, and all the information, all the details are there. I mean, I'm going to give measurements for what I'm doing, but if Karen has a whole bunch of different sizes that you can look up. Okay, so this is just a 6x6 piece of paper. And it's not directional, although you can do directional. You just have to be a little more careful. This is I'm going to do. Let me put that down there. That's the cutter, and I don't want the cutter to mess up my. Let me see if am I in the right place here? Yep. Okay. So I'm doing a 3/4 of an inch score line on the top. And then I'm going to double that to 1.5. And I'm going to let me get to 1.5. And then I'm going to do that on the other 3 sides. This is going to be a pretty small bag. but the other one I'm going to make is much bigger. So the other one I'm going to be making, oh, you know what, you guys? I just realized something. I need 2 6x6 pieces of paper, not 1. Oh my gosh, I'm really falling asleep on the job. How can I do that when I don't think I have any more of that paper left? I'm looking quickly to see if I do. And I don't. So put that aside. We're going to make it with this. Let me make 2 6x6 pieces of paper. Sorry about that, you guys. I really kind of went, my brain fell asleep at the moment there. Okay. So now I have 2 6x6 pieces of paper. That's why it's not, I was thinking it just seems so small. It's going to be small, but not that small. Okay. So let me go back to scoring it. One side at 3/4 of an inch, and then the other 3 sides at 1.5 inches. But it's still going to be small, but not as small as what I was talking about to begin with. This is also Retired Designer Series paper. I don't even know where, I mean, I know where I got it from, but it's been around forever. So it's a little bit hard to see. Let me see if you can see any better on this side. Not much better, but you'll get it once I start cutting and scoring and stuff. So 3/4 of an inch, and then 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. And then I can get this glaring light out of our way so we can see. Okay. All right. Oops, did I do all 3? Yeah. Okay. That's that. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your paper snips. So this is the top because this one is only 3/4 of an inch. That's going to be the top. So you're going to take on your first piece of paper, you're going to cut out the squares that you made here. So I'm going to cut those out. And then if you just watch it through, hey, Anna, if you just watch it through, you can go back and get the details. But if you just watch it through the first time, you'll see it's super, super easy. And you don't have to worry about, you know, what do I cut, what I don't cut, because you can always go back and watch the video. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold on all my score lines while I remember. Of course, I'm folding the wrong way because I want this to be my outside, but okay. That's what one piece looks like. So you just cut the 2 corners out. The other piece, the second piece, let's see if I can get it to be directional. I'm going to take this square right here. You're going to leave the square. You're just going to cut it. You're going to cut it right on the score line to there, and right on the score line to the next score line. That's what you're cutting it to. I probably should have picked paper that was a little bit easier to see. So then I'm going to fold this in, and I'm going to fold this in. And this paper is very forgiving. You can, and I'm going to fold it this way. So now I have 2 pieces. So you see how this one is cut right here, you guys, and this one is cut right here. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it on top of, am I doing this right? Yeah. Let me think. Am I doing this right? Because I want this to be my outside. No. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm doing it right. I was like, because I want this to be the outside of my bag. Okay. So then now what you're going to do is use tear and tape or some thick adhesive. Just using mono probably is not going to be enough. So fold this down so you can put tape right there. Because if you're going to make this for like lottery tickets, yes, then just mono would work perfect. But if you're going to put something in it, you need to be a little bit stronger than mono. So then this is tear and tape. So as you saw, I laid it down, pulled it off. Can you guys hear my dryer in the background? It's so loud. Hopefully you can't hear it. It's not driving you crazy. Now you're going to just lay this. It's hard to see in the light, but there's the score line. So let me just fold this up. There's the score line, and you're going to go right up to the score line, and you're just going to lay it right on here. Except this is not straight, and I'm going to try to get it straight. Ooh, this is not going to. Double-sided tape does not give you any grace. It's like a one-shot deal. Let me put my glasses on and see if that'll help. Then I can see better. Okay, did it. So that becomes the bottom of my bag. Then what I'm going to do, so there's a front and a back to the bag. This is going to be the back where can you guys see where the piece comes together? That becomes the back. So I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to fold this up, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to tape it all together. Doesn't that make the cutest little bag? Isn't that adorable? So I want all of my fold lines where you can see the edges to be in the back. So this is the back because you can see the flap, but on the front you can't see anything. It's nice and flat. Doesn't that look pretty? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take one piece of tear and tape. I have to do it laying flat like that so I don't forget what side I'm taping down. I'm going to tape this. Like I said, I didn't invent this. This has been around forever. People have been doing this forever. I'm going to tear off this piece of tear and tape. Now, the trick that Karen taught, and I think is brilliant, is when you go to line this up, focus on lining it up on the top edge. On the top edge. If that's where you want it to be, everything else will pretty much line up. Okay, so now on this side, I'm double checking. I want my edge to be there, so I want this side to be the piece that I'm going to glue down. Okay. Oops. And then I'm going to do this. You know who I don't see on here is my friend Karen. How can I talk about crafts, sticks, and chocolate if I don't have Karen here? Well, she'll just have to watch the replay. And for those of you that do watch the replay, thank you very, very much. I'm always appreciative and grateful. All right, so there is the cutest little box you've ever laid your eyes on. And this will be perfect to put in a lottery ticket, something small. Some of the things to clean it up and make it a little bit neater is get out your glue dots. And the reason I do this after the fact is because it's just so much easier not to hassle with putting it together. Just take a glue dot, tuck it in here, right there. And then just squeeze it shut so it'll lay nice and flat. So that one I'm a little off on. Can you see I'm a little off on that? But this one came out just exactly the way that I wanted it to. But you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's homemade and people will be blessed just to have it. So that's going to be, that'll hold that down. And then can you guys see, let me see if I can you see in there the flaps? So I want those flaps to definitely stay up. So I'm going to take a little glue dot. I'm going to, if my hands are a little bit longer, I'm going to put a glue dot on there, on the flap. And then I'm going to put the flap against the side. That way it'll ensure that the flap will stay down. Does that make sense? Hopefully that does. So then, I mean, it looks like it's staying down, but I want to be sure it stays down. So I'm going to put it, I don't know why my fingers are not fitting. And then, so there it is. So for this one, what I would do is I will take a hole punch. Well, it's a long story. My hole punch, my regular hole punches are not big enough to put a hole in for, let me see if this one's any better. Let me see. This one might work. I don't think these are Stampin' Up! Hole punches. Nope, this is Friskers. So I want to put a ribbon on it to make candles. So I'm going to just put 2 little holes right there and right there, and 2 on the other side, right there and right there. And I'm going to take some red ribbon. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, I should have made a better point. I'm going to put it through here. Maybe I'm going to put it through there. There you go. And I'm just going to tie a little knot in it. There's all kinds of ways that you can put ribbon on this bag. I'm doing it the quick and easy, down and dirty kind of way, just to make it easier. Except I need to pull it through so that I can actually make a knot in it. You open it up and make a bigger knot. How was your weekend? Now as I struggle for this, and I'll distract you. Mine was really good. On Saturday, Steve and I drove up to Knoxville and met some friends for lunch and went to a crafts fair. It was very good. It was very, I mean, not a lot of crafts, to be honest. Everything is, there's that one. Everything is machine made now. No, nobody was selling cards. They could have made a killing that day because they would have had no competition. Lots of jewelry, lots of wood. Still people making cutting boards and stuff. That was real popular. And then I'm not going to do both handles. I'm just doing one, so you'll get the gist of it. You don't have to watch me do both of them. That's kind of painful. And I'm not even on camera, so that makes it even more painful. It was a great football weekend, Charlene. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So much, so many games, so many good games. Okay. And then when you get done, just snip off that part and then pull that through. And then there's the handle. So I'm not going to do both of them, but you can see there's the handle for one side and then just do the handle for the other side. And then you have a cute little bag. Now something Karen did, Karen Titus, which I thought was really cool, is she took her scraps from the squares that she cut out and she made little strips like this. And she made them even smaller. And then she covered that. Can you see what I'm doing? She covered that with the scrap, which I thought was really cool. I'm not going to do it. I'm completely okay that that my little knots show. I think that still looks really, really cute. So that's a really cute little box. Super easy, right? So I needed a different box. I needed a different measurement in my box. So of course I had to call on my husband because we all know math is not my strength. And I told him what I wanted as my end result. So he quickly figured it out. And I'm going to show you how I can make, I have another one I've already made. So look at this. Look at the size of this difference. This is a 12 by 12, just scored at 2 inches and then 3 inches on the side. This was the original box that I made, but it's too big. It's perfect I didn't glue the sides down and stuff, but it's perfect. This is what you would buy in a store. Like a 5 by 7. So this is a perfect size. Really put your handles on and you have a beautiful bag. So, hey, Carrie, thank you. Miss Kelly, go Seahawks. Yes, yes, yes. My Patriots won, but they played, they played on Friday. So they were off this weekend. They had a bye. So that was kind of cool. So let me show you one more. I needed to have a box that was 4 inches in depth, and I needed it to be 7 inches in height. So Steve took a 12 by 12 piece of paper and he cut it down to 10 by 12 and then gave me the scoring measurements. And let me show you how that one worked. So for this one, I'm going to use our Simply Scoring tool, which is a really great tool to have if you're doing big projects like this. Okay, so we're going to score it at 2 inches, and then I'm going to score it at 3 inches on the other 3 sides. So it kind of doesn't matter if you go to Karen Titus's blog, she has, and look up bags, she has a whole bunch of different measurements. So if you are not mathematically inclined like me and you want some help, go to Karen's blog. She'll help you with that. If you are mathematically inclined, you can figure out what you want your pages, what you need your sizes to be based on what you want your end product to be. And that's how Steve figured out this one for me. Because I wanted my end product to be a specific size. Okay, so that's one sheet. And then I'll do the second one. Again, I'm scoring mine. This one, I'm scoring it at 2. And then I'm scoring my other 3 sides at 3. Because ultimately I wanted it to be about 7 inches tall and about 4 inches wide. Well, technically 3 inches. That's a long story how that got. It was supposed to be 4, but 3 inches works really well too. Okay, so I'm gonna fold on my score lines. Just so this one you might be able to see a little bit better because the pattern is it's such contrast to the pattern. Okay. Now, do you remember before I cut out my little corners? So it's the same exact thing every time. So you're going to come in here. You're going to cut along the score line. If you can see it, which I barely can. I don't know how you guys could see it on camera. And I'm going to cut this square out. And then I'm going to cut this square out. I should be asking how the weather is where you guys are. Anne Marie, my sister, was telling me last week they had a snow day. I don't know if that was something that I'd be excited about so early in the year, but they did have a snow day, which meant they got to stay home from school. We haven't had snow, but it's been very cold because it's been very windy here, you guys. Super, super windy. Saturday was absolutely beautiful sunshine and freezing because it was so windy. When you were out, ugh, it was not fun. Okay, now let me show you another little trick. I want this to lay as flat as possible, this piece right here. So one of the ways that you can do that when you're making any kind of boxes is just trim a little bit off the edge, just a little bit at an angle. So you see what I mean? It's not a lot. It's just a little bit. You know, trim that off, and then it just helps the whole box lay a little bit flatter. And I'll do this one too. Okay, so that's one piece, and then I'm going to where's my top? Here's my top. I'm gonna just trim this one just like I. Oops, sorry. I didn't realize how close it was to the camera. Just like I did on the other one. We're just gonna trim it where I scored it. And then we'll do this side. And then we'll assemble. And you saw before, you guys, when I did the first box, that we did not have to glue anything down for the flap. You don't need to. So I'm going to put it on this side because this is what I want to be my top. I mean, my inside. And I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to fold it back. Put on my, somewhere on my desk is my double-sided tape. Where did I put it? There it is, underneath my other boxes. Okay, so we'll just do this one. This one needs to be a little bit heavier. Thank you for your patience. Thank you, Charlene. I really think this is just such a cool way to make a bag and present. You know, like I said, you might be just buying lottery tickets, but you're going to put it in a really pretty bag, or maybe you make homemade cookies and you want to just, present them in a bag. This is perfect for like a stack of chocolate chip cookies or something like that. This particular bag that I'm making now would be perfect for a stack of chocolate chip cookies. It would fit in perfect. Just put them in a plastic bag and then put it in there. Okay, so let me line this up as best I can. Where's the flat? Where's the... I think it's so hard to see the score line, you guys. Let me just score it one more time. It's so hard to see the score line, and you really need to be on the score line to make this work. Where is my side score lines? 1 and 2. Maybe a busy pattern wasn't the best idea for demonstrating. Okay. All right. There we go. There's my piece like there. Let me make sure that's nice and straight, and that one's nice and straight. Now, remember I had said before, you guys, you don't have to glue this down, because when you bring this up together and you do, where's the front? It's going to go like this. Alrighty then, people. I made it sound so simple when it didn't go simple at all. And then I will do, so this side, this is the front. This is the side that has the seam. So I'm going to make this be the side that has the seam going this way. You just need one piece of tape along the edge. And then take that off. And then I'm going to try really hard to line up my top. That's where you want to spend all your efforts, is just really trying to get that top nice and straight, because it'll make everything go so much straighter if you can get that top straight. There, that one I nailed it. Okay. I probably should be using a bone folder. It would probably be much easier. Now let me see if this is what I want to do. Nope, I want to go this way. Okay, so that's going to be, all right, so yep, I would recommend when you're doing the bigger bags to take your time to use your bone folder and score the edges, score the score lines. Okay, so let me go to here and let me take my time to get this nice and even. Needs to be a little bit this way. There we go. There we go. And then, see what I mean, you guys? I really needed to burnish the score lines. Okay, there's another box. Look at that. Now on this one, I won't finish it on camera because it takes too long, but this one, same thing as this little one, as this big one. Pretty cool, huh? So that's 12 by 12, 2 sheets, 12 by 12, 2 sheets, and a 6 by 6, 2 sheets. So these are adorable. And it's the same thing. I'll put the little holes in them. I'll put this one. I'll probably use green for the ribbon. Do I want red? I think I'll use a green for the ribbon. This one I'm going to use red for the ribbon. And that is how easy and quick and fast it is to make the bags. They're so, so easy to make. So I strongly encourage you, if you have Design a Series paper and you are gift giving this year, that's the way to go. Okay, that's that. Now, if you're staying on, thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words about the bags. Oh, that's a really good idea. Tina was suggested using this to make your to and from tag. That's a great idea, Tina. Thank you for sharing that. And I hope everyone saw that. That was a really good idea. That's a great way to use up that paper and not waste it. You could definitely make that into a to and from tag and then attach it right to the top of your bag. Okay. So Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate. This will probably be the last time I'll talk about Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate because we're in the registration stage. If you haven't received your email, you should have. And the one thing that's super important is to look in your spam mail. The email is coming from craftschicksandchocolates@gmail.com. So if you haven't received it, and you should have received it, check your spam email. If you still haven't received it, reach out to me, message me or message Karen, and we'll figure out what's going on because you need that email to get the link to be able to register. So remember I was saying before that there's 3 important things in the email. You need to register through the link. It's a Google link. You need to pay. And now, hopefully, most of you have got the email and you know that you're going to go shopping because every person that comes to Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate is going to get a $25 Stampin' Up! Shopping spree. So it's very, very important to be able to register and do those 3 things. So check your spam if you don't have it. We've had an amazing response so far. We are so grateful and so excited about the folks that are coming. People have been so generous and with their compliments and their excitement. And so, we're really, really excited. Couple things with the $25 shopping spree. That can be anything online or in the catalog. The only thing we suggest though is if you're choosing an online item that's on last chance, put down an alternate, because if it sells out before we place the order, then we can't order it for you. And you have to have your item number in by the 13th of December, no exceptions, because we have to place that order. So just, keep that in mind. Pick out something that you love. We're paying the shipping and the tax. So it's $25, something in the catalog or online, and send Karen a reply to the email from Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolates and send her your request, and we'll make sure that we get it ordered. And you'll be picking it up on the Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate Day. So that's really important that you know that. Let me see. What else am I supposed to be saying, Karen? I don't remember, and you're not here to remind me. I think that's the most important thing. Just to check your spam. Invite a friend. We have plenty of room. If you want to come, but you just think, oh, I don't want to go by myself, well, invite a friend. We would love to have someone come with you and enjoy the day with us as well. You don't have to be a professional stamper. If you the projects are doable, kind of really whatever your crafting level is. I've designed 3 cards. Karen has designed 3 cards. We also have Product Playground, and we have 2 crafts. So you'll have plenty of crafting things to do that day. We have 4 games of bingo, and then a 5th game of a coverall, which is going to be $150 shopping spree with Stampin' Up! With us for Stampin' Up! Products. Let me rephrase that. What else? Lunch. And then a few surprises. We have to have some surprises for that day. So there'll be some surprises. Does anybody have any questions that's online? I think a lot of you have already signed up. Really excited. Some people from Maine are coming. Some people from Texas. Not Texas, Tennessee. I don't even know where I live. Speaking of not knowing where we live, I will just tell you this story, you guys, because it's so me. It encapsulates my brain. My mother-in-law wanted to get on Facebook, and she had signed up on Facebook a long time ago and couldn't remember her password. So I said, you know what? Just forget about it. We're just going to sign you up all over again. So I signed her up. I put down her name, create a date of birth, all this stuff. And then I go in and I follow me on Facebook so that she can see my videos. And then the other day, I got a message from Facebook saying, hey, you have a new follower, Leslie Ann Niedigassess. And I look at the word, and I have spelled my last name, Niedigassess, wrong. I spelled it N-E-I. I spelled it N-E-D. I forgot the I. So I said, Leslie, if you ever have to sign back up on Facebook, you're going to have to spell your last name wrong. So that is me. I've had that name for 27 years, and I still am spelling it wrong. So not a good sign for this little brain of mine. Okay, I think that's everything for tonight, you guys. Let me put the bags back out so that people can see them. Hopefully it'll come up on my video as the last thing that I've done. And I'll put this bag out, and I'll leave the bigger one. So just so you can see the two sizes. The bigger one won't really fit in the picture all that well. Super easy. You can make them any size you want. Just calculate what you want for the width and the height. And you don't have to have 2 inches if you wanted this. So this is 7 inches. Maybe you wanted it to be 9 inches. Well, just make this shorter, and you don't make this as wide, and you'll get your 9 inches. So you have quite a bit of wiggle room when you're using 12 by 12 designer series paper. It's a great way to use up your DSP. We have a new catalog coming out in January, so you definitely want to use up what DSP you have now, because there's some beautiful DSP coming out. So just putting that a plug out for you. You guys, Charlene, you made me think of something. Several of you ladies sent me email addresses for people that were interested in coming to Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate. And we sent them emails, but can you reach out to them and ask them to check their spam folders just to make sure they got the emails and are still interested in coming? Because we have some people that we sent information to, and we did not hear back from them yet. And they were friends of you guys that watch our videos. So reach out to your friends if you've given us the information, and make sure that they check their spam folder. If for some reason it's not in their spam and they don't have it, reach it back out to me and I'll send it through my own email. But we want to make sure that everybody gets that registration link. Okay, I think that's it. I talked a lot tonight, you guys. Thanks for your patience. The game's already started. I hope you have a really good week. I love you guys. I cannot wait for this event either, Charlene. This will probably be, like I said, the last time I talk about it. For all of you guys that aren't coming, thank you for your patience over the last several months of listening to us talk about Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate. I'll make sure that I post lots of good pictures on my Facebook page. It's really going to be exciting. Thank you, Carrie, for that. Yeah, we're really excited. We can't wait for it either. I love you guys. I hope you have a really good week. I will see you next Monday night, same time, same channel. Have a good week, everybody. Bye now.